what the FIR has said. We've read through the entire account that's been mentioned. There are two witness statements. The first one, and these are cops, by the way, the first statement comes in from a cop who was there on duty to provide security for the yatra. He says it started with Pakistan Zindabad slogans being raised outside the temple. We were passing by, the yatra was passing through the temple. 800 to 900 people, according to him, were chanting Pakistan Zindabad. This mob of around 700 to 800, that number keeps differing there if you look at the FIR, a mob of around 700 to 800 then attacked a police station. Rioters rammed into the wall of the police station, and according to him, they were armed to the teeth. He says that rioters had illegal arms with them and they fired without hesitating upon police officers. And let me highlight for you that these were cops in uniform. So they were undoubtedly being targeted there. The cop also goes on to talk about how these rioters vandalized private cars that were stationed at the police booth. They vandalized government vehicles as well, mostly setting it on fire. So that's one statement. Let's tell you about statement number 2, again from a cop, and you'll see that there's similarities here. Again, the cop says 700 to 800 people gathered and from above us started pelting stones at us. He then says that they were armed with illegal weapons which they used to target us. He says that devotees of Lord Shiv who were part of this yatra, which he was out to protect, he was there to guard that yatra, they were fired at by this mob of 700 to 800 people. And according to him, these devotees were in the temple and the mob started firing at them, which is when we received reports of several of these devotees being stuck in the temple. They were rescued later on. Now, this mob, according to the scope, 400 to 500 people gathered there and garroted this particular temple. And 40 pilgrims, as a result, were held hostage inside the temple. So he's given us details of that particular incident because he was there in that temple when it happened. Soon after, you had officials going in there and rescuing these 40 pilgrims. So from this FIR, it's clear as to exactly what happened. This is a yatra where, according to the Haryana government, they provided adequate security, but that was clearly missing, especially with all the hints that we've shown you here on India Today of the possibilities of this completely flaring out of control.